the spring of 1973, I got very sick. And I had this experience where I left my body in a very clear way, went out into space, and had sort of a contact, not with extraterrestrials, but with two points of consciousness that were divine avatar type beings. And it was beautiful. And towards the end of it, in this state of consciousness, I was told I could either go with them or come back to Earth. And I said, I had the presence of mind to say, thy will be done. What do you want me to do? I mean, I'm 17, totally uneducated about any of these issues. And they said, you should go back. You know, a few months later, I go off to college, and just before sunset, and I'm up at 5,000 feet, and I see this right before I sit to meditate. I look over towards the southwest, and there's a seamless metallic disc. And it's the same disc I had seen when I was 8 or 9. I'd seen one of these ET craft when I was a very young boy with my twin sister and some other people in my neighborhood in Charlotte, North Carolina. I went, oh, well, they're back. I didn't think anything more about it. At the end of it, I stood up, and a beautiful thought that felt like it was telepathically sent to me. And it would sound strange, said, behold what a beautiful universe God has made.
Wow.
And with that, I went right back into that state that I was in when I had died 6 months earlier in March of '73. And I was just standing there, and below the crest of this mountain, there was a glow. And I went, oh, I don't know what that is. And then I was aware that there was this being, but I thought it was a deer standing up on its legs.
Yeah.
And it was a ET, beautiful almond eyes, and came over and touched my jacket. And I had a ski jacket on. It was very cold. Touched me on my right shoulder physically. And it was 3D and sort of fully materialized, dematerialized, rematerialized. Very similar to what Colonel Corso had happen at White Sands back in the 50s. Wow. And touched me, and with that, I vanished, and I was on a craft for about, I found out later, about 3 or 4 hours. And it was during that experience that we experimented with and created the CE5 contact protocols. Although I didn't call it that then, and it was using consciousness and remote viewing and what I call coherent thought sequencing, where you guide them into where you're located with a laser-like intent, heart and mind together. We'll get into this. Yeah. And that is really how the CE5 contact protocols got started.
Wow.
And it was fascinating. And that really began my whole experience within 6 months of near-death experience, exploring consciousness. And in fact, there were different types of beings. So there were one group that were maybe 39 inches tall. I mean, very like less than 4 feet, a little over 3 feet, no hair. The other ones were very tall and sort of luminous. There was a group that had very triangular kind of heads, like a praying mantis.
Right.
Later, I found out that these are master healers in the cosmos from a planet where they're very renowned for healing.